you go to the second question that I had then? Move on to
Sure, go
that.
ahead.
The one about why women's automatically assume that when a man says something about submission that it means complete and total control, that they don't have no say, that a man's not going to listen to their opinion or anything like that. Why women automatically assume the worst.
I don't think that we're assuming the worst. And I understand that this is your first time listening in on this particular show, correct?
Hmm.
Okay, so there
But
are a lot
not the subject.
Okay, yeah. There are a lot of people that make comments or that call in specifically about wanting men who want women who they can kind of mold and who they want younger women in particular for that reason, so they can mold them so that they can um, kind of control, not control, but what's the word I'm looking for, Ham? What's the word that they used?
Um, coach.
To coach. They want to be able to coach their partner to be the type of wife that they want them to be. And so that's where a lot of it comes from. There's not an issue with this panel with submission, with being submissive, I don't believe. But a lot of that, again, goes back to the coaching and the wanting somebody that they can mold to essentially control. That's where
Well,
that comes
don't you? Wouldn't you say it's fair to say that in order for a man and a woman to have a healthy, you know, a relationship that's going to actually have some longevity, that they both have to actually show and tell each other what it is that each one needs from each other both. That way, that the other person can actually meet the requirements that the other one is asking for.
Absolutely, but that's not the way it's presented. It's presented in a very one-sided manner, whereas the women don't have as much say, and their needs and concerns are not um, heard.
Well, in a house, like for instance, in a home where you got, you're not just it's not just you and a woman. There's other people literally depending on two grown adults to make the right decisions for everybody's survival to be upkept. Isn't there always doesn't there have to be one person that has to make the final decision on basically everything? I mean, seriously, whether or not you're going to pay for the vacation this summer, or you're going to wait and put it off till maybe in the fall, you know, because you got this to get, or whether or not you're going to go out and get the new car, or you're going to turn around and rather than get the new car, you're going to go and put a new deck on the house or something. Wouldn't you say that when it comes to that type of stuff, which is most generally what discussions would be about as far as homes, as finances and things of that nature, that somebody has to make that final decision?
I don't disagree with that, but again, we're not talking about submission. You're talking about submission, but that's not what's generally discussed and what was being referenced or what's usually referenced on this panel. What you're saying makes sense. What is usually being said with regards to controlling and coaching and molding women is not what you're describing.
Okay. Well, I think it is.
I was just trying to provide some context. I'm not trying
Okay.
to debate it.
Okay. Fair enough. That's all I got. Fair enough.
Damn. So now nobody want to talk. See, I only
Right.
want to talk if everybody talk at once.
I was just waiting for him to stop talking. Don't
Let's
him.
John the Baptist. You shit straight?
I'm good, man. I'm not sure on my Wi-Fi, son. I do have issues all day with my
What
Wi-Fi
up
for
now? You
real.
did something.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
I'm not sure if I answered the question or not. But I did notice that no matter if a guy comes in hot or a guy comes in well mannered, and well spoken, or just easy spoken, that the heat seems to be the same. That comes back to the men that's speaking. Uh, Especially dealing with the question: do we come up here to hear the lady's point of view, or just hear our own selves speak? I think every time I come to this panel, I try to be respectful to the ladies on the panel, even though I may disagree with what the ladies are saying. I try to say it in a respectful way, but I still get heat some kind of way though. Even if you try to be respectful, so but if a guy comes in hot or demonstrative, then it's the same treatment. So why would a man change his speech or contribute speech if he's going to get the same treatment?
So why do you think you get heat? I think we are very respectful to you. Now, if we ask questions because we're again trying to have a dialogue and we're trying to give our viewpoint, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm never going to agree and or acquiesce to say, because I am asking probing questions, challenging questions, and I'm being respectful. That's not disrespectful. I'm just not going to acquiesce to that. We've never disrespected you, John the Baptist, ever.
I just heard a comment tonight that I'm trying to manipulate and control the courts with my questions. I think it was Dana who said. I think it was Dana who said that. I think it was Dana who said that too.
Yeah, but why does that make me emotional? Why does that mean that I'm coming at you? Because that's how because that's how I feel. I feel that when you're asking questions, sometimes you're not actually listening. You're not asking to get an actual response from us because you want our opinion. You're asking because you're trying to drive a point home. If that's my opinion, that's not me giving you smoke. Me giving you smoke is telling you to go fuck yourself. Like, that's not the same thing. And that's what you guys actually hold on. But that's what you guys be so like fake sensitive coming up here and being offended and want to be victims about every fucking thing that we say because we say it.
Offended. I'm not actually offended.
I'm speaking very generally because a lot of, I mean, it's been said more than once this evening, but you guys are always so offended by every little thing that we say, regardless of how we say it. Like, that was just an opinion that I had about the way that you ask questions and you take that as smoke. That shit is weird to me. You guys got to stop doing that. We're not coming at you. We're intelligent women trying to have a conversation, have a dialogue with you. That's not smoke.
So you do understand the context of when you do speak, that when you say that a man is controlling and manipulating, that's have negative connotations to it, right?
I didn't say controlling and manipulative. I said they're leading questions.
I don't think you used the word leading, but we can rewind the tape and watch it later.
I guess we will.
And I guess our definitions of disrespectful is different because, again, I think that we're very respectful to you. Again,
I think the word, because I actually used, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step over you. My bad. Go ahead.
Again, because in what Dana just said, I mean, our earlier comment about you is not disrespectful. That's our opinion of you. It's annoying at this point. And a couple of weeks ago, I think maybe last week, we're tired of. We're tired of men acting like women can't have a voice, and if we do have a voice, then we're emotional, or we're or we're disrespectful, or we got smoke for you. Again, I'm very surprised you're saying that because we've never had smoke for you ever.
I'm only responding to, like I said, we had the conversation when we said earlier. I did notice like you. Just move on. We'll let it die.
What? I mean, even if we are giving y'all smoke, like, and that's not even the case, but let's say that we are for the sake of the conversation. So what? You guys come up here to talk with us on this panel. So you can't deal with a couple of women like giving you a hard time if that's what we're allegedly doing. Like, this is ridiculous. Why?
So like even right now, Dana, do you think you're confrontational right now?
No, I'm not being confrontational. I'm speaking passionately.
You don't think your facial expressions are confrontational?
I'm sorry, I didn't smile. I forgot.
Think about it. Look at the manner. Look at the manner of tone.
Well, the Baptist, why does it matter? Is your wife confrontational? Are you okay at home?
Expressions are what they are. Like, it's okay. That doesn't mean that I'm being disrespectful to you because I'm not smiling and being agreeable with you. Shut up, Beans.
You're good.
Basically, it sounds like she's not being feminine. She's not operating her feminine because she's being too aggressive in her tone. She's speaking too much. She has to be more docile. Is that what it is?
I got you. I'll let y'all rock out with those.
But I do want to know.
I said my piece on it.
Are you married to who you want to be married to? Is she non-confrontational? Is she feminine? Is she sweet? Does she have any emotions? Are you okay?
I'm not talking to my wife, and I'm talking to this ladies on the panel.
Well, I'm asking you. I'm just asking you a question. Are you okay at home? Are you okay?
See,
that's all I wanted to know.
Okay, do you think that question is how helpful do you think that question really is?
Because you're pinpointing Dana's expressions and her tone and everything.
Because in the moment Dana was talking to me.
But more importantly, are you married to somebody who you're comfortable with being married to? Are you okay?
My marriage has nothing to do with the question right now.
Okay, so you don't want to answer that? Just say you don't want to answer.
No, I don't. I'm not going to answer that.
Okay. Well, Kevin's here with his guns out. That's important too. Can we talk to Kevin now then?
Yeah,
you see how I disagree, but I wasn't disrespectful to you when I disagreed with you though?
doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter.
That's all I'm
I don't
saying.
even care.
These men are
You just want to be
sensitive.
offended by
Yeah,
everything.
he wants
You
to
wanna
be
a
No,
victim
I'm only
so
saying.
bad.
I'm only showing to you what the question we said earlier.
Now you want to be a
I think
victim today. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
but
going
you're
on.
Actually,
pinpointing this woman. You're talking about this woman. You
Well, you
want her to
do.
explain herself and do all the most. But are you okay? Just be okay at home. That's it. Don't come up here with all that animosity you got from home. Don't do that, because that's what it seems like over and over. Not even from just you, but multiple men that come up here. Seems like there's something going on at home, and y'all get it out on here. That's honestly what I feel sometimes when I get off of here.
Well, respectfully,
That's why I'm
you guys
asking, are
did kind of
y'all
say all
okay?
men are gay.
and a lot of men are passive aggressive. And I really, like I said, I think I said this last week. You know, when you guys communicate, your passive aggressive behavior, that's disrespectful. Like that, you know, I remember we did the video last week, and then the woman was doing all this and doing all that, and you know, that's toxic communication. Passive aggressive communication is also toxic. And a lot of men come up here and see how I just disagreed with you. Now I wasn't disrespect. That's passive aggressive
Condescending.
and condescending. Like you guys communicate in that manner. So don't, just because you're not, you know, being passionate as you call it, or raising your voice, whatever, you're still toxic communicating to us, because passive aggressive is the worst. And you do it a lot, John. I'm gonna call you out on that. You passive aggressive a lot. Beans, you know, you're pretty condescending, sir. I said it earlier in the chat. When you talk, you're pretty condescending. And when we roll the tape back, you're gonna see it, or maybe you won't see, because you choose to turn a blind eye sometimes. Sometimes you acknowledge, sometimes you don't. Nevertheless, I think we're done with this part of the conversation. Kevin C got his guns out. He got his muscle shirt on. Nice. Somebody said in the comments,
I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I sleep like this.
you looking real good, Miss Kevin. What you want? What you got for us?
I do okay. Hey, first of all, hey, hello, DJ Hemp. Thanks for letting me up, and to the ladies on the panel, to all the gentlemen. Hello to all you people. Yeah, very interesting conversation. I actually tried to go back and see if you guys answered the question on the floor. So I just want to. I got a couple of questions to kind of level set the conversation, and then maybe you'll get some smoke depending on the answer. But then and then some follow-up comments. So the question is, are men responsible for single women? Right. That's a question on the floor. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So do we agree that men are responsible for wives? Husbands are responsible for wives. We can agree to that, right?
No.
Lady?
What do you mean by that?
Okay. So because when we say are men responsible for women, then I'm sorry, single women. Because I'm trying to kind of get to the point. So if we're talking about women, then I want to, see what the status is for wives. So husbands generally are, taken care of and responsible for wives, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they're responsible for, daughters, ages 18 or 17 and below. So, that would be fathers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if women aren't married, and any one of the ladies can answer this, if women aren't married, then who would be responsible for those women if a man is not attached to them in any way?
See, John, this is what I be talking about. Rather than just making the point, a lot of times you guys will ask all these fucking questions. Just make your point, Kev. Like we don't have to build the narrative for you. Just make your point and say what you want to say. That's exactly what I was describing earlier, the leading questions. Make your point.
Well, it's just a couple of questions. But yeah,
And
so
that wasn't for you, Kev. I'm sorry, but it's just what we were just discussing. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got it, because it's been kind of contentious, so I'm trying not to be that way. But at any rate, who's responsible for single, unmarried women who are over the age of 18?
Nobody.
What would the lady say about that? I think men will mostly answer nobody. But what would Miss Love? What would you say about that?
If I understand your question correctly, who's responsible for me as a single woman?
Yeah.
Right? Me. I am responsible for myself. Yeah. I'm single. I'm divorced. Yes.
Okay, and the reason I'm asking that is because sometimes it kind of goes both ways. I mean, you're saying that you are, but then you also will have like a general consensus among women, depending on who it is you're talking to, that men are responsible whether they're married to you or not. Because we hear about the men aren't protecting women, and men aren't doing this for women. And I'll always look at it like, if that guy's not attached to you either by family, marriage or anything to that effect, then why would he be responsible for you?
Okay, I understand your questions. Okay, so let me ask this then.
Uh-huh.
I'm responsible for my. You want to read this first, Hamp, or no?
Yes.
Caesar's Palace, the $2 super chat. Thank you, John. Sign language the whole time, shaking my head. Mr. Britt, $2 super chat. I think TMBR weightlifting to you would be a problem. Thank you, Mr. Britt. So Kevin, so yes, I am ultimately responsible for myself. Ultimately, I'm unmarried. I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
So when women say, protect Black women, for example, the situation and I don't want to go too far down this path, but if we're in public and you see a man attacking me, attacking me, why is the natural instinct not to help them?
Well, because so you understand that a man. Okay, I can answer that. Okay, so a man has a choice whether to intervene or not because he's putting himself at the risk of serious injury or losing his life. That's his choice to make, and he's not obligated to help. He can if he wants to, but he doesn't have to, because self-preservation is first priority. So the idea that he has to, that's really his decision. And if he doesn't, then we can't judge him for that. That includes if my wife is out, one of my daughters, or any woman that I care about, I can't be mad at him if he doesn't intervene. But then I also look at it like, I got to take preventive measures to make sure that I mitigate as much danger as possible when I'm not around. That's what I try to do.
Yeah, but you can't.
The women that I feel I'm responsible for, even though I can't do it 100%, I try to get it as close as possible, like 97, 98% coverage and protection. That's about the best any man can do. Well, and the only reason I say that is because I've had a couple of incidents when, man, I felt really helpless because things happened and I was not around. Now my kids got through it. I don't want to go into detail with it, but they got through it. All of that being said, I know we can't do 100% coverage, but with preventive measures, maintenance, and just direction and guidance and how men think as far as safety, security of the people they care about, you can mitigate it, get it down to minimal risk as much as possible, or low as possible. So does that answer your question? And I'm not thinking that could be to anybody, but I just know you a little bit better.
Well, stay right there for a second though. So love, I guess just to get clarity, you're not, because you're responsible for yourself, right? You don't have a man at this juncture that's responsible for you. All the men that love you, I love you, your brother loves you, right? We technically have responsibility to our wives before anybody else. Right. So you don't expect protection, right?
To a certain degree, I do. I'll be very honest with you, because I was thinking immediately to answer that question, but I do expect certain protection. If I have a problem, I expect my brother to handle it in some type of way. Like, I'm going to go to him and talk to him. Hey, I got this going on, because I believe man to man should talk. So for example, if I have a man and I got a problem,
slap the shit out you.
Right. Right. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call my brother. This nigga just sat there and slapped me for no reason. He is abusive. After I try to get my licks off, maybe shoot him, maybe. If not, y'all need to handle this. Talk to him man to man. Like, I do expect that. There's a level of coverage I do expect.
Talk to him?
No, if I'm telling y'all, ain't no talk.
Well, that's the thing right now. So now let's say, because I want to make sure it's a dangerous situation, so I got to go with an extreme hypothetical. Okay. You got your ass pistol whipped. So we know he got a pistol. Do you still expect us to come out there and put our lives on the line?
I'm gonna call 911 immediately. Right, I'm gonna call 911 immediately.
You know where you live at. By the time they come, you're gonna be.
But at the same time, though, I'm still gonna let y'all know what happened. I am. I'm calling 911, and I'm gonna let y'all know.
Do you agree that you're out? Like, that men aren't responsible for you, though?
Of course you're not. Like, you are not, because you have a wife and kids. Yes, that does not. And so is my brother. That does not stop me from contacting y'all and be like, yo, because I'm not out here in this world by myself. I'm not. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, I'm single. I'm unmarried, but I'm not out here alone. I'm not. I have community.
Because of my responsibility.
And I expect my community to show up when I need them to.
Okay, all right, and then they've agreed to this. They've agreed to. I mean, I guess you guys may have had this conversation, but they kind of agree to this, because I would disagree in the sense that your brother could literally say no. He's like, no, you need to deal with that. Like, he could leave you out there hanging. He doesn't have to do anything.
Nobody has to do anything, but like I said, my expectation is what it is.
Okay, all right, and then that's probably just the issue that I have, is that there's a general expectation, and we hear this quite a bit.
But it's vice versa too. Like, it's vice versa.
Well,
like,
we don't. Okay, go ahead.
No, but it is vice versa, because
nobody's touching on
my brother can expect me to handle some things too. And it's not always violence, right? Like, we don't have to always go to the extreme talking about violence. It could be some female that, talking to him crazy, and I can sit there and talk to him, whatever. Like, I can handle things. If he's having an issue legally and he expects me, because my expertise, to handle it, I can do that. So it's not just always violence.
Okay, yeah, but I want to keep it focused on violence, because we're talking about serious injury or losing your life. So, and I understand, and that is a good point. That is a good point. But we're talking about, like, ancillary and tertiary issues. But I want to keep it focused on anything that relates to serious risk to possible injury or losing your life in that incident. So, and I'm saying that because men wouldn't probably call you for that. We're not looking for women to protect us in that way. Men just have to kind of deal with it.
Kevin, instinctually, a man seeing a woman get hurt, you're not going to respond? I think you would.
Probably.
You're assessing the situation.
Right. Okay, so there's a couple of. Okay, so let me see if I can do this real quick.
Well, hold on, Mr. Kev. You don't do nothing real quick. So let me just. I want to get some answers to sis. I love you. I just want to get some answers to sis' question. I also don't like how you came out here with them arms out. So now I'm about to come off with no shirt because you think, like, I'll be over 400 pounds.
As soon as I get ready to go to sleep, man. But
nah. So sis, ask that question. I just want to get a couple yes and no's from the gentleman, and then John the Baptist, can you read the super chat and then maybe expound on what Mr. Kevin?
I can't see that. I have my glasses on.
You want it read now?
I want to answer the question first, if you don't mind. Sis, ask the question.
I was saying, instinctually, as a man, you see a woman on the sidewalk just getting choked by a man, and he's just choking her out, leaned up against a building, and you're walking by. Other people are walking by too. You don't stop. You don't try to help.
Let me clarify. Let me ask a qualifying question. Choking her like Homer choked Bart, tongue out and all that.
From behind or the front, it doesn't.
Or triangle, like a triangle chokehold. Like a triangle chokehold.
So like Homer choked Bart. Let's go with that one.
Okay. Is that like?
You never see when he had his tongue out on the thing?
Okay. All right. That's frontal. Okay. It's like a frontal forward choke, something like that.
You've been in Honduras too long, Mr. Kev. His tongue out like this. Like,
okay.
Pause, because that was crazy.
United States right now. Okay, but yeah.
All right. Damn, I should have never did that. Pause. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So, John the Baptist, you walking down the street random, and she getting choked out like Homer choked Bart. Sis said you going to run in like save her, right, sis?
I'm saying, as a man, instinctually,
I'm calling the police. I call the police, but I'm not getting in.
Oh, you call the police? Okay.
Now she getting choked like Bart. You remember the when it come on, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was fucked if his dad keep choking him.
Yep.
What say you, Mr. Kev?
Probably, if there's no danger, I can assess it very quickly, and I'd probably do something relatively instinctively, but trying to keep myself safe at the same time. Like, and I'm only saying that because that's how I'm going to be thinking.
He the same size as you.
Yeah, he could be the same size or even bigger, slightly bigger. There's ways to kind of deal with people. But my whole point is that.
Talk that shit, Kev. Come on. Let him know you stepping in. You ain't walking by.
Let him finish.
Look, and the reason is, so this question really for me is actually a moral dilemma, because there's times I know we need to do it, but there's times I might hesitate about it. And I normally probably would do it, but then there might be that 1 or 2 times where I'm like, nope, I'm not getting involved. I've actually had this situation a couple of times.
Kev, you didn't have to switch it up. Instinctually, as a man, you would step in if you assess the situation and you deem there was no immediate deadly threat towards you. So that's it.
Yeah,
you
we're
answered
talking,
the question.
there
You
you
ain't
go.
got to change it because anything else.
Okay, knives and guns, now becomes a different situation.
No, he just choking her.
Yeah, but I'll leave it right there. I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
Yeah, he just choking her. And no knife, no gun.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Now, wait, hold on, Kev, hold on, because Sis trying to put the battery in your back. Now her feet off the floor, so you know he's strong.
I can still deal with him.
All right.
You know?
So you basically gonna knock him out real quick, and then are you gonna call the cops? Or you gonna keep beating him?
Well, so what I'll do is I'll do what I need to do to de-escalate and get the situation under control, and she can call the cops. She needs to help me out at that point because it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah, word. Beans.
Nah.
It
ain't my business.
Yeah.
Oh, so gonna let her get beat.
Like, so this is the thing, right? I'm asking rhetorically because I already know the answer. Last year, before June, 5 different black men lost their lives intervening in domestic violence disputes. How many of you all on the panel sent some money to their kids, to their family to help them out with that? Yep.
Oh, come on. We know you walking by.
I don't even know why about that, and I'm a victim of domestic violence.
We know you walking by. We know.
I know about
my business.
I wish somebody would have intervened when it was me, but
I wish somebody would have intervened when it was me, and all the women stood there and watched that girl beat on me.
And do you have muscles? Are those real?
Okay, so we got your answer to that. But if there's no danger to you now, are you interested in us helping out?
No, see, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, it was a time when I would do that, right? I'm okay. Let me be honest. Last year I was at work. This guy and this girl, they was fighting in their car at the gas station when I got off work.
Yeah.
It was mutual combat. I walked up to the car and I was like, "Come on, y'all," because they was black, right? And we at this gas station, all white people. So I'm embarrassed, right? So I'm like, "Come on, y'all." And the dude opened the door and was like, "Hey, man, mind your business." And you know what the girl did? She was like,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm minding my business. At the end of the day, bro, what I realize is that what people don't want to accept is you don't have to be a man to invite an ass kicking. So it ain't my place to be intervening. I got a son and a daughter. They are not old enough to lose me yet. I'm going home.
Okay.
Snowman. Hold on. Let me get Snowman in. Snow, what say you?
Say the right thing, Snow.
Hey, look, dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know what she did. She could have just got done trying to stab the dude up. I'm walking by.
City boys, we up.
Seriously, I'll call the cops. I'll call 911 and say, "Hey, man, there's a domestic dispute going on, but I'm not getting involved." No, I don't know what happened prior to that. All I know is what I see right now. There was something that led up to it.
Somebody had hit me with a good one, sis. So yesterday, because I was having this conversation on Chaotic Panel, and I asked him, like, so Bob, what if I see you getting jumped by 2 people at the gas station? Should I intervene? I feel like I would, because we have some type of relationship. But he's like, what if I'm getting beat up because I just molested a child?
I guess you're getting beat up.
Right now, if I knew that, I would have helped him get beat up as opposed to helping him not get beat up. So, like it was just a good, like, you know what I mean? Because I was thinking, like, I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me read these real quick. Mike, what up, Mike? With the $10 super chat. Damn, looks like I missed a good one. We up next week, Hamp. All right, I got you. Mike Brown, I like this one. Do you deserve protection from random men based on the conversations you had about men? It doesn't come off as you respect men as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Caesar's Palace with the $5 super chat. Can the ladies give one thing black women in mass thinks they need to change to be better women? I'll wait.
This nigga gonna be a corpse.
Damn.
This nigga stupid talking about I'll wait.
Go ahead, Mr. Kev. You had something?
Yeah, and then the reason I asked is that there was an incident. I won't get into the details. I'll just say that there were some men that saw it and they were present. They probably could have intervened, but they didn't. And the reason is, and I suppose one of the reasons that the guy was being really irate, and then he started smacking on a woman pretty hard. There was no weapons at that point or presented or nothing outside of him just hitting up a woman. But the criticism on the men nearby was, there was all you men standing around and nobody helped her. Those guys felt like they felt like they didn't need to. Now, I will say this, the woman there was some escalation on the woman's part. And I suspect that, had that not happened, then maybe that was a judgment on their part. Like, look, I don't need to get involved because it shouldn't have got to that point because now you're looking for help.
Well,
So
aren't
women
women the ones that wanted to be equal to men? That comes with it.
Yeah,
they know they're not though.
have to be careful.
Kevin, did you see the video that was going around on YouTube where the people put together the little study where they had the man out there harassing the woman and everybody was intervening, and then when they switched it up and had the woman out there harassing and hitting on the man, nobody did nothing, and even people were laughing.
Yeah,
so this is what I'm saying, like.
Y'all listed all these excuses, but y'all the leaders, right? Y'all leaders. Y'all leading in society, setting examples. You sound like
we are. We're setting an example right now. We're saying this. We're setting.
But let me jump in on this because actually there's no such thing.
John, just let me finish my
sentence. Go ahead.
We are leading. This is how you do that, right? Sometimes you cannot tell people what to do. You just have to enact certain things, and then people will follow suit, right? So the point is this: we telling the women this. Nobody should have to lose their life because you want to stand outside and argue and go back and forth with a man. If you know that a man should not be hitting on you, if you know that you don't want to fight with a man, why are you going back and forth with him, right? We talked about this yesterday. I played a video. I know, do all of that. I played a video. It's like 90 seconds. The chick is all in the dude's face. What, boo? Do something, boo. What you gonna do, boo? What you mean? No, don't walk away. He like, gone. They outside at a function. Dozens of people there. People all around him. Nobody said nothing. After a minute and a half of this, he said, book up. As soon as he hit her, everybody ran. Come on, fam. No, fam. What you doing, fam? No, fam. Now, where was all that no, fam? What you doing, fam, at when she was all in his face? Clapping.
Y'all are fucking sick. This is
and wouldn't let him walk away.
It is sick. I agree, Dana.
Walk away.
I literally just told you the man was trying to walk away. And she kept walking by him.
Okay, we heard you already. We heard that. We heard that.
Miss Nay just asked me.
But he could have continued and got in his car, just like she be out.
Why does he have to?
Why does he have to put hands on her?
I didn't say he did. So there you go again, pursue.
But listen,
I told you what happened. Did I say he had to? Did I say he had to?
But why is a woman
didn't say he had to?
Why is she instigating the situation and make getting them?
We're not saying her behavior was appropriate. We're not saying her behavior was appropriate. We don't agree with that.
We're not just
why not address it? Why not address it? If you know that's this is what Hamp was asking earlier.
What do you mean? We weren't there. We weren't there to address her behavior.
You know the specific point that I'm making is that all while she was misbehaving, nobody had anything to say.
Gaines, did she put hands on him?
He started misbehaving. Everybody had everything to say.
No, because they were minding their business like you.
If I'm trying to walk away and you put your hand to stop me from walking away, that's you putting your hands on me. Men go to jail for less.
You're right.
Right? Don't let me talk about the video. I got another video with a girl walking the dude down for 3 straight
but wait,
minutes.
can you let somebody respond to you first?
Okay,
like,
so my question is why don't people say anything when a woman is doing something?
They chose to do what you say you do is mind your business. So what do you
I think we fail to realize something.
You said you're minding your business. That's what those people were doing. They shouldn't have been minding their business.
In response to people minding their business.
You want to be a victim so bad.
I think we fail to realize something. I think we fail to realize something.
Yeah, that don't work on me.
In the past 50, we fail to realize in the past 50 years, the roles of men and women in modern day time has changed
dramatically.
So you can't expect traditional roles in modern day times. And if you want traditional roles, then you have to go back into traditional times. Well, no one is willing to do that anymore. And so you're asking young men, I'm not even talking about my generation, because I'm at least going to do it for my wife and my kid, my daughter. That's not even a question. But to walk down the street and just think every single female that I don't know deserves my protection in modern day times is unrealistic now. I'm not teaching my son that anymore. No, it's only deal with the women who agree to you follow your plans, your principles, your standards. Therefore, they don't put you in a situation that you can't handle.
Bars.
Yeah, no, that seems logical, right?
Why do people go to the military and fight for America? People they don't even know.
That's a choice, though. That's a choice for a young man to do that. That's a choice.
And it's a choice for you to help a bystander.
But sis, the only thing about that choice is
if I go to the military, I get paid to do that.
Right,
I get
they're getting a financial gain.
If I die doing it, my family's taken care of.
Yeah, it's a give and take there, sis, right? So I think that's the biggest
a little
difference.
shaky, I think, but okay.
The military is kind of a larger
also,
purpose.
there's no judgment happening though, right? Because when Mr. Kev said what he said, we applauded it, and then when the other men said their answer, right, we felt disgusted.
Yeah, I do.
I think I would help with caveats.
We understand. Now, Dana, are you saying that? Because I don't know if you were being facetious, so I want to clarify. When you were talking to podcast and the girl kept grabbing him, are you saying that she shouldn't have been slapped?
You talking about last week's discussion when she?
Remember, Black Moses said he grabbed the girl's arm when she tried to walk away, and we called him abuser. But if this girl grabbing him and yelling in his face, what happened?
I don't think her grabbing him to keep him there present in the conversation. I'm not advocating for it, or I'm not condoning it. Rather, I'm not saying that it's right, but I don't think that that warrants him to fucking knock the shit out of her and knock her into a wall.
But you treated Black Moses, and I have to be fair. You treated Black Moses like shit when he grabbed the woman to keep her in the conversation.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
Feel the same about this woman?
That shit is not equal. It's not equal. And maybe that's whatever. That's unfair, or it's I don't know. A man putting his hands on a woman, to me, is never ever going to be acceptable. It's never going to be. It's never going to be the same.
But hold on. But at some level, women can put their hands on men, to some extent.
I'm not saying that either, Hamp. I'm not trying to justify it or
what
say
if
like
man's life is on the line.
Hold on. Go ahead, Dana.
I'm not saying it's okay for either party to put their hands on one another. But what I'm saying is, a woman grabbing a man's arm to keep him present in the conversation, even if it's her getting rah-rah in his face, and even if he's dead ass wrong, it will never warrant or justify that man knocking her the fuck out.
But hold on. But when Black Moses said he grabbed her arm to keep her present in the conversation, he was castrated. Wait, Asia. I'm talking to Dana.
Oh,
because this was the back and forth. Because I noticed it, right? I just edited it, so I got a chance to watch it 1,000 times. So why because after he said it, you were done with him? Are you done with this lady in the same manner?
No, if I'm being honest with you, it wouldn't be the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. Man,
that's that man. So if you were a man,
but I'm also not saying that she's right. I'm not condoning it, yeah. So I want to be perfectly clear on that point as well. Like there's no reason why anybody should ever need to put their hands on one another, especially men and women with one another. But you also have to understand too, men being men and being bigger and stronger and having masculine energy over us, like that shit is just not the same. We're not fucking equal, and we never will be. So you putting your hands on me as a man is not the same as me I can slap the shit out of you right now, Hamp, and you would laugh in my fucking face. You slap the shit out of me, I'm going through the wall. Quite literally.
You knowing that, why would you do it? With you knowing that, why would you engage in that to begin with?
Well, Snowman, I'm not somebody who would engage in.
I'm not saying you. I'm not
No,
saying.
I know.
I didn't mean
Hold
you
on.
particularly.
I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, regardless of the reason, if that person is engaging or not, whether it's warranted or whether they're in the person's face, I'm not saying that that's right. But that does not ever, like, you're at this point, it's like blaming the victim. Like, well, you shouldn't have been walking down the street.
So,
That's
Dana,
kind of what you're doing, though, man. Because if you're saying that a woman can attack him,
hold on, Snowman. No, I got you. I'm not trying to usurp the conversation. I just want to make sure we just go down it. So, Dana, do you feel that could be pretty scary though? Like the fact that women kind of think it's okay to put their hands on men. Here's what you got to understand in that situation. If it's me and Snowman, and he keep grabbing me, we could be friends or not. He keep grabbing me and turning me and jumping in my face. We're gonna have a fight. Yeah, it's gonna be a real fist fight right then. But it feels like women abuse the fact that they don't think they should be punched in their mouth. That's scary.
That women do abuse that. Absolutely. I'm not justifying it, but I'm also not saying that. But I'm also not saying that somebody provoking you gives you license to knock the fucking living shit out of them.
Can I ask Tay a question real quick?
No,
yeah, we can ask Tay a question, but I want to make sure Snowman got to ask Dana a couple questions because he was trying to get some clarity as well.
Actually, I lost it, man, listening to you guys. So go ahead, continue on. My bad.
Okay. NRD with the $2 super chat. Will the women cover the funeral costs or bail?
Of course not.
Nope.
So can I say something? Can I just say something real quick?
Okay, and then I want to get the question asked to Tay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, real quick. So no, I want to provide clarity about what Black Moses said last week. From what I remember, it wasn't just to keep her in the conversation. He said he would yoke her up. I thought those were exact words. I would snatch her up or yoke her up if she tried to walk away or she said something too smart. Like he didn't just sit there and say to keep her there. So I wanted to provide that clarity around what Black Moses said. And
I said that. I said that. He said grab her, and I said yoke her up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
I thought he was, but I didn't. But
y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. Because I recollect. I'm just saying. I just did it. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't. It takes away from my credence, right? If you saying that I recited it incorrectly, that's why I was asking Dana specifically.
Okay, I'm asking you though. I thought he went like this. I thought that he said that, and a part of it too was him saying he didn't regret it when Dana furthered it. Because I think Dana said, I mean, Nate as well. We were saying how that's kind of abuse, and does he regret it? He said no. So that was
after Dana was already done with him. I'm talking about Dana. I'm not talking about the entire. I'm about to release that members only tomorrow morning, so you can watch it.
Fine. The other point I want to make. I mean, it's late. I want to
go ahead.
2 points. The other point was, somebody should have interjected when that woman was if she was smacking him or whatever. But it's funny how men use these extreme examples to say with women hitting other men. I don't think hitting anybody should be right. Like the woman shouldn't hit the man at the park in that video, whatever. But don't let that be your justification for saying women deserve to get hit. Beat up,
if I may, real quick.
Whatever. I want to be very clear on that. That's a very slippery slope, because there are also examples, more often than not, domestic violence, where the woman could not have the food properly heated up and she would get the daylights knocked out of her. Okay. So you are sitting there making faces and shaking your head, but those are examples as well where a man, someone said, well, what did she do first? How do you know she didn't do X, Y, and Z? That's a very scary justification in saying that part first. Well, what did she do? What did she deserve? Did she touch him first, or did she get too smart? I just saying, just be very careful, man, with this part of that conversation.
Man, I always want to say some type of provocation.
If I may add something to this real quick, so we've already clarified, and this is going to be the clarification, that at no point should a man or a woman ever put their hands on each other. That we can all agree on, right?
Yes.
So, but what I'm hearing with that being said is that if a man does happen to put his hands on a woman, it's all right for her to defend herself and fight back. But if a woman puts her hands on a man, it's not okay for him. He should never.
No, that's not what we're saying, and that's not the scenario that was presented.
Let's say, but he asking a different, separate.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
I think he should try to restrain her in some sort of way, but not to harm her because he knows that he is physically stronger
No,
than her.
that's what they're saying. You cannot defend yourself against women.
Well, what if you're left with no other option but to harm her? What if the woman's coming at you and she literally trying to stab you with a knife?
Do what you gotta do.
Knock her the fuck out.
It's a silly question.
It's not silly. It's silly to you because you don't like the question, but it's a realistic question. It happens daily.
No, to defend yourself, that's
knock her the fuck out.
Defend yourself.
Right.
Of course.
Let me ask a better question. Let me ask something. If a girl spit on me, Nay, what should I do?
If you're a woman there, let her handle it.
If a girl spits on me, Nay, what should I do?
I wouldn't say slap her though, because she didn't necessarily,
Sound
she
crazy,
didn't necessarily
bro.
touch you.
Let me ask somebody else that's gonna give me an answer. Dana, if a woman spit on
don't put your
me,
hands on her.
what should I do, Dana?
I'm never gonna say you should slap her, but maybe just shake her up real good or something. I don't know.
All right, Dana,
don't hit her. Don't hit her.
Sis,
don't do that.
Sis, I know I can depend on sis. Sis, if a woman spit on me, what should I do?
That's actually assault, and you should smack the dog shit out of her.
I'm with sis on that.
That is the ultimate disrespect.
Big mommy, you better not.
Yeah, but she didn't put her hands on you.
She needs to be bent over your knee and her ass busted like a kid.
So the general consensus is that we shouldn't hit women, but I'm just saying we just have to remember that there are men who don't abide by that. They have no compunction at all.
A lot of them here.
There are men who and that's what that we see that get tested periodically, and then women get surprised. And I wouldn't do it because I know what I'm capable of doing. All of that being said, there are men who have no problem, taking a woman to unconsciousness, and then and that's happened too. You see the video.
Let me ask Tay this question, right?
Yeah, ask Tay this question, but I just want to put out the disclaimer. I don't give a fuck. Man, woman, or child, don't spit on me, please.
For real.
I'm dog walking shit. I'm gonna tell you that now. Do not spit on me, please.
I don't know there should be laws to say that you get to say that that's assault.
Nay, I don't want to hear you jump rope. Go ahead, B.
No, that's not a law to say that. So spit back. Don't hit her.
I want to test.
It is assault,
right?
Thing.
I was going to say there is a law.
I want to test the theory, right? So let me ask you this: do you think it's okay for a parent, mother or father, to hit their children?
You mean to discipline them?
I mean to hit them.
I mean, well, I've been hit. So as the child growing up, that's how I was disciplined. So I
you
feel
think
like
it's okay?
I think it's okay to be disciplined. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have.
Would you acknowledge that a parent, mother or child, are much bigger and stronger than their children?
Mother or father, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I do. I agree.
So do you see the flaw in this ideology that a man shouldn't hit a woman because he's bigger and stronger?
I'm following, and that's.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I also would like to reiterate, like, I don't think we should be hitting on each other, period. Mm-hmm. But because you guys are bigger and stronger and whatnot, like it's a little scary. But I don't condone violence, period. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think sometimes it's necessary. Some people got to be knocked the fuck out.
I expected as much from you. Thank you.
I like what you just used, that analogy, because as someone that has been through domestic violence, I had to reevaluate the situations with my kids and say, I can't do that, because automatically I start to look at myself like I feel like I'm now an abuser. So I was like, I can't even put my hands on my kids. And I have boys. So I was like, I definitely can't do that because they are going to get bigger and my boys are taller than me. Another reason why I'm not doing that. That's just me. Not every parent thinks like that, but I was like, yeah, hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
So for the viewers, just so that they understand, if you as a mother believe that you can hit a child that you're bigger and stronger than with enough restraint that you don't do that much damage to them and that it's supposed to come off as love, the same can be said for a man minus the love part. A man can hit a woman with enough force to get her away from him and to make her want to stop. Because what the women are here, and I'm not saying that this is what they're saying, right? But we've acknowledged the slippery slope as it pertains to what is potentially to happen to women. But we're just disavowing the slippery slope that a woman can just invade a man's space, right? To the point where he has to walk away. And if she continues to walk, he should walk faster. And if she continues to walk faster, he should run. Like his space can't even be his own space. That is a slippery slope.
This shit is nuts. This constant like trying to justify putting hands on women is fucking ridiculous. And like, why are you running from what? When did y'all become so scared of women?
That is what you're hearing. That's what you want to hear. That's not what I just said.
What's even
that is
wilder,
not
Beans,
what. Hold on, Snowman. Hold on, because that's not what I just said. I didn't justify a man hitting a woman at all.
I formulated an opinion based off of what you said, and it's my
opinions
opinion.
Are like
it's my opinion that you're trying to justify.
Wrong.
It's shut up. It's my opinion that you're trying to justify. It's my opinion that you're trying to justify putting hands on women. I can say that, and that's not wrong because it's my opinion.
Yeah,
because you said so again, right?
Yes, opinions can be wrong. If it was a man's opinion that you were ugly, you would tell him he was wrong, right? Because we both know that you're not ugly.
That's his opinion. I am ugly to some people. People come up here every fucking week and tell me I'm ugly.
See how you just saying anything to win? Nobody thinks you're ugly, Dana. Stop it.
Have you been
Stop it, Dana. Nobody has ever used ugly in an argument.
Yeah. Am I making this shit up?
Yes.
Am I making this shit up? People come in these fucking comments every week calling.
Girl, you're right. Don't listen to him. We know you're right. Yes, they do call us ugly every single week.
Just
hold on, B. What you're not gonna do is tell me that my opinion is wrong. Because I'm not going to tell you that your opinion is wrong. Like, you know that's just ridiculous. That's a ridiculous.
I don't know that's ridiculous. It's an opinion. It can be wrong.
Now you're just talking out your
ass.
Right.
That's why they have something called educated opinions, right? Because that means you've actually taken the time to learn something about the specific topic that you're talking about. Exactly. So why is that bad? Why is it bad that I'm actually using the education that I was teaching? Why is that bad? Why is that bad? Like you go to sit up here and use trolls as an nobody in real life is arguing with you on a personal level and says that's why you're ugly. That never happens, right? Because everybody knows you're not ugly. Opinions can be wrong. So what I'm saying is I'm not justifying a man hitting a woman. What I am saying is that we don't discuss the whole entire thing as equal. We're discussing the slippery slope of what it means of watching what we say, because that might suggest that men can just hit on women, but we're not saying, yo, it's a slippery slope that a woman might get hit on if she's continuously invading a man's space.
You're trying to justify it.
We're not. I don't have to justify it. It happens.
Just did.
It happens. I don't have to justify it. It happens all the time throughout history. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure Adam slapped the shit out of Eve when they got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Okay, and that's another thing, Kevin. See, I want to say to you really quickly. Right? Because you said, I want to make sure that you were, when you said, is a man responsible for a wife? Are you saying is a man responsible for making a woman a wife? Is that what you were asking?
No. Just, she's already a wife at that point. But we're not talking about all the other stuff.
Okay, because I had went on mute for a
second. I had one more thing, and then that's pretty much it, unless the ladies had a question for me. Because I could go for a couple, but I'll leave on this one. And I think somebody said it, and I don't know who said it. But it was something about men don't deserve or a certain type of wife or woman, whatever. Men deserve the type of woman that they can actually get based on their perceived value to that specific woman, and if she approves and agrees to his program. So that's going to be based on what he looks like, how much he earns, his character, and a whole bunch of other things, and his proven and demonstrated capabilities. So yeah, men deserve what it is they can get. That's pretty much how that works. So women don't decide that, men do. That's just because the way it was framed, it sounded like, well, no, you don't deserve that. You guys got to lower this or do that. No, men aren't going to adjust. Men, if they can't get what they want, then they just don't want it. So with all the stuff that we have to do as husbands, fathers, and all the work we have to put in, we need to get the type of woman that we want. And if we don't, then that means we either got to improve to get to that point, or we just don't want it. So we're
What? Oh, you done? Oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Angry Snowman, I know you were trying to get in too.
Yeah, what Beans was talking about earlier. I just had an interesting thought, and it's probably not going to be popular with the women, but don't you find it interesting that what they consider foreplay in the bedroom, any other time they consider assault and domestic violence?
Hello, we're not talking about BDSM. That's a whole different thing, sir.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be BDSM. Almost all women like a little bit of being roughed up in the bedroom. Almost
Not
everyone.
in my experience, and I'm a sexual health and wellness coach.
That's we're not talking about intimate people. We're talking about like random women antagonizing men to the point of, you know, whatever it is happens, and then, you know, situation getting out of control. I can't relate to two. But yeah, did you Amp or the ladies or John the Baptist, or did you guys have anything for me? I'll go ahead. I'm listening in the background. I was going to go ahead and take on off, but I do appreciate the dialogue. That was actually pretty good.
Nah, that was a
Enjoy
hell of
your KFC, man.
Kevin, we appreciate
Thanks for
it.
coming.
All right, hey, you
Yeah.
guys, good night. And I will say this to the ladies: there are times that you know, there's disagreement and stuff, but one of the things I like about you guys is that you do actually give what do you call it, pretty good, you know, and intelligent feedback, and then you know, counterpoints, and you actually try to have, you know, some level of intelligent discourse. I've actually talked to other women and they just kind of shut stuff down. That's actually why I like talking to y'all, even if whether we agree or disagree. So I do appreciate it from you ladies.
Why are you complimenting them? You should be complimenting me.
You too, sir. You too, Mr.
No, I'm saying I taught them everything they know.
Did you?
No, you kidding me? It's like pulling teeth. You gotta see. You wasn't here in the days when only was 9 people watching. You wasn't here back then. This shit was, boy. We had to have class after. We had to have meetings.
No,
Yeah,
they
they-
can struggle there, sir.
But they actually do they do a lot better job than I've seen with other groups of women. Really, you guys do that. Whether we agree or not, you guys do overall a really good job. So thank you for that.
Thank
All
you
right.
for that, EQ,
Good
Miss
night.
Evans. Have a good night.
I now understand your name though that you chose. I never understood it on Chaotic Stream, but now I understand it.
You understand now? Yeah, man, this might be risky, man. Good grief.
I get it, man.
Yep, man. I'm not, you know, I can't. Like, don't let us curse. I don't care about none of that shit, man. We need good content.
But actually, though, man, if you think about it, because he don't let us curse, it's actually changed a lot of our vernacular to where we don't curse as much now.
Yeah, I just keep 20 in the kitty because I'm sick of his shit.
No, I'm not paying him for that crap. Screw that. I'll just leave.
You know what I like about? You know what I hate about Chaotic? I could give him a noogie anytime I felt like it if I seen him in person.
Oh yeah.
We'll be in the middle of eating. I'd be like, just come here. Like he can't do nothing about it. A little motherfucker. Damn, man.
Why you so?
No,
Why you
your
so?
channel ain't racist. Okay, that's what I like about your channel versus Chaotic. This shit racist as hell. His channel proves racism still exists. Okay, there's no argument against that shit.
Yo,
this
Chaotic
shit right here. People have said I was ugly. Your lying ass out here.
Dana, you've been getting mad compliments in the chat.
That's affluenza.
But you know what's crazy? First of all, Hamp was the first one to insult us in our appearance. Okay, Hamp, you called all of us 3s and 4s and these low ranking.
No, I said all y'all between a 3 and a 6.
And then made us come on live and wipe our faces with Neutrogena.
Yeah,
like,
man.
So that was just the starting point.
Not
Neutrogena. Rock's ass was
I
in
need
the
to see
comments
that
and said,
episode.
"Fuck everybody. All these bitches is ugly except for Lex."
That's right.
Come on, man. That's trolling.
On a good day. I'm
Man,
not
just
listen. Wait. I don't think there's any merit. I don't have insecurity. I don't think I'm an ugly ass person. But I was making.
I'm right. Y'all between 3 and 6, all of y'all.
Nigga, I'm cute. Anyway, that wasn't
6s
the point.
can be
cute. Yeah, 6 is really cute. 5 is average. 4 is right there.
That 5 is a good
I don't know a
woman.
single woman that's a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, that's hard to achieve.
What? I ain't no fucking
Alex
3. I
is
know
sexy
that.
as hell, though. I don't know what it is. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, Hamp. Alex would make me keep watching the first time I tuned in.
Alex?
The first time I tuned in, I was like, "Who is this?" I seen
He's saying
Alex.
Lex, I think. He's
Are you saying Lex, the light skin? Like,
no. I thought the girl ain't her name Alex or she got.
You talking about Alex that's a model on your channel too?
The married one? She's married.
I don't care. I'm just talking about how
we have an Alex and a Lex. You talking about Tuesday, right?
I'm talking about Alex, the black girl.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Oh,
that nigga is sexy. It's not like she just looks so good. She just sexy.
Well, she married, man.
So
That's why she looks sexy.
What if that nigga don't make it? I gotta plant my seeds. I'm trying to get my Nick Cannon on.
Y'all ain't shit. You and Angry Snowman ain't shit.
You need
man.
to stop reproducing. No,
For real. We don't need more of that.
I'm
Hold
done.
on to
Get
that.
out of here.
Let somebody swallow that seed, please.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I love y'all because y'all are intelligent. You just use your intelligence for evil. That's all it is. And that's it.
Respect, sure.
The show would be boring if you didn't do it, though. If we came up here and was like, ladies, you know, y'all need to paint your toenails pink. And y'all was like, yeah, we do need to paint our toenails pink. The show would be boring, right? So you got to be like, you don't get to tell us what color to paint our toenails, right? You got to do that shit or it's going to be boring.
Chief, what up? With the $20 super chat. Appreciate you. You late as hell, bro. You probably just getting on. But yeah, man, we had a good time tonight. What the fuck? Hood Mystic said the ladies held it down today. He said y'all was undefeated.
Man, if he don't get
That's what he
his...
said.
That's what he said. That's what that smart man said.
What's that nigga name? Everybody hate Baby Derek Jackson sounding ass nigga.
Yo, if he was saying agreeing to everything by what Isha said, he ain't coming back. Because niggas be gay because they like hanging out with their friends. That's crazy.
His man card needs to be taken immediately, dude. Yeah. Immediately.
Does the snowman look like Knightish, like a white Knightish?
He does.
No, come
they
on.
They do favor each other a little bit.
You ain't shit,
I think it's because of the hat. I think it's because of the hat.
It's technical as Knightish. Knightish is too damn technical.
Thank you,
Snowman's conversation is definitely.
You like to talk, nigga. Oh my god.
He asked me a question. You just a hater. That's all it is. He literally asked me a question. I'm responding. You a hater.
Oh shoot.
You hate on me because I got a GED.
See, this is why guys prefer to hang out with guys, though.
Tell her again, Mike Brown. Mike Brown, $2. Dana, no one has called you ugly.
Exactly. Never.
T.O. $4.99. Opinions can be wrong. Somebody's opinion can be 1 + 1 = 3. That's wrong, ain't it?
Depends on how you look at it. I'm just saying, you take one person plus one person and they have a kid, 1 + 1 = 3.
I just can't believe it. You know what? Let me not lie. I can't believe it. She a black woman. She halfway light-skinned and she can wear a ponytail. She definitely believes her opinion can't be wrong.
I'm halfway light-skinned. That's the only thing I heard. I'm halfway light-skinned.
Halfway light-skinned. Okay? And can rock a ponytail. Everybody can't do that. You definitely think your opinion can't be wrong.
That's not true at all.
That's
this shit has been interesting, man. Y'all went all the way around the globe. I don't know. The only Angry Snowman lose. I don't know if he lost. I gotta watch it back, man.
Hell yeah,
no, Angry Snowman. I'm gonna say he didn't lose only because I think that he doesn't have all of the facts. I think once Angry Snowman goes back and does some research, then it'll be a different conversation. But I think that the information we were presenting to him today was news to him. And I think that his opinions may change.
I'm not saying no, Dana.
Because nobody gave me any facts. All you gave me is nobody proved anything. All you did is told me something. You know.
Well, I said if you did research, but if you're not interested, that's fine too. But I don't think that you lost.
It wouldn't change it though.
Listen, man.
Ain't nobody talking about you or to you.
I wasn't talking to you, you little ugly ass girl.
By the way, I wanted to comment to Barnabas because he's talking about how I smell, and I think he smells like 3-week-old burnt hot dog water.
Barnabas live on the west side of Baltimore. You know he smell like halftime. Listen, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. This has been amazing, man. I'm gonna have a good time editing this one. There's topics I didn't even think about that we went through. So shout out to the callers, shout out to the fellas for calling in. The ladies, this shit is not easy getting up here with them. Like, and I don't use the word hyena because that has a different connotation, but they ready. They do this shit. They practice. You know what I'm saying? We do the thing where you can't say some. So they ready to give answers. So they got a wholly different vibe to it. I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Man, John the Baptist, he go frying, making eggs. Hey, final thought.
My final thought is I'm not blaming men or women for singledom because I feel like you can live your best life and meet a partner, and that just changes everything for you. So stay open to love in all forms and don't be violent to each other.
Word. Dana.
Go ahead.
Wow, this has been an interesting evening. Thank you to everybody who came up and had conversation with us. But I don't necessarily think men are responsible for so many single women, but I think that there are some adjustments that can be made with regard to expectations and requirements. Also, I'm very grateful to the men who are in my life who wouldn't let me just get Bart Simpson choked up or yoked up and who don't believe in putting hands. So, ladies, surround yourself with some men who aren't some bitches, please.
Jesus. Word. John?
Oh, so she gonna say the B word, and you gonna come to me, right? Huh? I see what you did. But nah,
man.
Nah, I will say my final thoughts is no. People are responsible for their own choices. So if a woman is single, it's because she chose to be. A lot of times, it's because she chose to be single. She hasn't found a man that's suitable for her, and so therefore she's single because she wants to be single. If she wanted to be married, she would be married. And to the thing, final thought on if you want men, like I always say, be intentional rulers, be intentional kings. Keep people in your circle who are willing to follow your leadership. If they can't follow your leadership, don't keep them in your circle.
Word. Snowman?
Yo, dude, all I got to say is I'm glad that I'm not part of the dating world anymore for the last decade and ain't got to deal with this madness.
Amen to that.
Straight
Amen
up.
to that.
Well,
Beans?
That's all I got.
Listen, man, the Puerto Rican woman is God. Black women come in second.
You're stupid.
No, listen, in real life, I don't like seeing anything happen to black women. When I saw that video of the lady and her son in Chicago, I was like, dang, man, that's crazy. You don't hit no woman like that. You don't beat on no woman. You don't punch on no woman. You definitely don't put your feet on no woman, bro. Like, that's not how you do that. You open hand slap the shit out of her ass and get her in check. You heard me? Beans, I'm out.
Word. Love?
My first thought is I'm voting for Beans to keep a full shirt on next time he's on camera.
Every fucking week.
Word.
Secondly, I'm going to say that community is so key, and I'm glad that I have my community. Thirdly, violence is not the answer on either side. And lastly, communication. I said communication already? Sorry, I'm sleepy. Communication, listening to what the other is saying. And if you don't understand what the other is saying, be open to ask questions and be open to answer them. But you have to listen. Listening is key. And lastly, love is love.
Word. Sis?
Oh Lord. Shout out to Kev for being a man's man. I can respect his energy. Also too, if you're a single mother, if you do not have the father in the home or a living partner, you're considered a single mom. No matter which way you spin it. Ask Google, if you don't believe me. Outside of that, have a good night.
Word. Yeah, man, a lot was said. There's some good points, valid points. I just asked that, I think that men will want to protect even random women to an extent, right? But it's been so much going on for so long, and we haven't been aligned for so long. It's tough to get there now, So like John was saying, maybe if things look a little bit differently, you could have that expectation. But just right now, it's just too dangerous. You don't know what's happening. And if you look at some of the domestic abuse stats, you'll be surprised how they're skewed. But men very rarely in those situations get the benefit of the doubt. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know what the fuck sis is talking about. Single mother because your taxes. Put sis in the bathroom.
Talk to Google. Y'all Google everything, right?
I don't Google shit, nigga. Then this is my final thought. God damn it.
I don't give a.
Ham, you got a new member too.
I'm gonna choke. Sis, come here. Dana, you see this? You like that?
Hold on, Ham. You gotta protect her. Don't do that.
I don't see nothing.
You gotta protect her. Cussing you out, Ham.
Hey man,
you out. You gotta take
get
care.
on my nerves when I was 3 years old, John. Hold on, I think we got a new member. Oh, Vince. Vince been rooting for the ladies all night. Hey, Vince, we appreciate you for coming a new member, man. A part of the family. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? NRG. He just typed. Somebody block NRG, please. He just typing shit in there. Hey man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.